You left your corporate job, started the home care agency to do what you love, and it's making money, but somehow you're not happy. You're stressed. You started this business to have time freedom, financial freedom. And yes, you're making money, but things are harder. You're on call from dawn till dusk. You feel like you have no right to complain. You almost feel ungrateful that you get to have a business that you dreamed of. It makes money, but deep down, you're falling out of love with that business. You're losing your motivation. The business seems more like a chore. That's because you're burnt out. You're central to every single thing in your business. The staffing issues, money issues, margins are tight. But I want you to know that your business isn't broken. Your business still makes sense. The issue is the operational structure of the business. You've become the bottleneck in your business. And the way that you break that is through operational maturity. By no longer being the technician in your business. One of my favorite business books is The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. If you haven't read that book, I implore you to go and find that book and read it. It changed my business life. And it taught me the importance of structure and processes and building a business that you can sell. Even if you don't intend on selling your business, but the reason why it's important to build your business in a way that you can sell it is that it needs to remove you from the operations of the business. I was a social worker starting out, and I started my own home care agency because I saw a need for quality home care services. Now, with most of us in this space, we come from a profession associated within it. Nurses, pharmacists, medical practitioners, mental health practitioners, etc. And so we're used to being the doer, the technician. But when you start a business, you can't be that, because a business needs a technician, it needs the doer. It also needs a manager to manage the technician, and it needs the entrepreneur, which is also you. And you cannot be all three of these things. You need to move from being the doer to being the entrepreneur. Each of these people are all within you. But in order for you to be fulfilled as a business owner and for your business to thrive and grow, you cannot operate as all three of these people. And when you operate as all three of these people, that's what leads to burnout. That's what leads to the feeling that you're feeling. That's what leads to, in most cases, businesses dying. Research shows that most businesses will fail within the first 5 years. Generally, the reason for that is because of what I've explained. The founder becomes the bottleneck. And eventually what happens is they either stay small or they simply throw in the towel, because it just becomes unsustainable for them to continue to operate like that. The way that you are going to be able to position your business in a way that it can scale, it can grow, is by you not being central to every single thing. Because of some of you may have found that as you grow, things seem to be getting harder. So you're having more money coming in, but what's happening is that founder chaos, that chaos that is around you, that simply scales as you scale. So you need to develop your systems and your processes. And we have policies and procedures, absolutely. But the thing is, most of us buy those policies and procedures, and they are just, I would say, a part of your systems and processes, but that's not it in its entirety. You need to have escalation channels. You need to have accountability positions. You need to have checks and balances that don't include you. They only come to you at a certain point, and that's how you build a solid team. But a team needs to know what to do without referring to you. So you need to have thorough documentation that they can refer to. A lot of people think when they're recruiting, they're thinking, who's the best person that I can find to do the job? But you don't need your business to be reliant on people. You need it to be reliant on systems, because people come, people go. And your business cannot rely on the expertise, on the goodwill of one or two people. It needs to be systemized so that anybody can come in and do the job, do it consistently and do it well. One of the greatest businesses that we have is McDonald's, Regardless of how you feel about the food, that's not the point that I'm making. But McDonald's as a company is one of the greatest companies that has existed because it has been able to do exactly this. It has been able to create a franchise model, meaning whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever country. I've traveled all over the world, and one of my favorite things to do is to actually go to a McDonald's when I travel, just to marvel at the consistency of the company. And this is what you need to be building in your home care agency. Not because you want to franchise it, not necessarily because you want to sell it, but because that business model is the most sustainable business model that there is. And that's the business model that will give you what you set out to achieve when you started your agency, which was time and money. Freedom. If you want to restructure your organization in real time, here, now, that will allow you to have that freedom, then you can join me in the Home Care Founders Room. It's strictly for home care agency owners. And in that cohort, we rebuild systems, processes, your organizational chart, everything that you need to take you from a founder-dependent business to a freedom-based model. A model that allows you to enjoy your business, to scale your business, and to be more profitable without sacrificing your time, your mental health, your family, and your vision. If that sounds like something you would like to be a part of, the link is in the description box below. I'll see you there. Let's get to work and build you a sustainable and even more profitable business that gives you the time and freedom that you desire. Till next time, take care. Bye.